Chris here with Barnyard Outdoors. I'm back with my Roadie 15. You guys keep asking me questions on what it'll fit, what you could put in there, and I wanted to do a little demo. We'll see how this works. I also wanted to mention that I got the accessory for it, right? The one thing I found you can get for it, which is this. This is the little Roadie cooler basket, and this is the small one. You can't use the other ones in the Roadie 15, but it's a decent size. It will fit, you know, a couple sandwiches in it. If you look at it, it's dishwasher safe. It's got some rubber around the side, so it will slide around, but it gives it a little more stability. And I want to show you something on this compared to my Pelican cooler. And let me just grab that thing. So the Pelican 14, which is probably the closest thing I have for a comparison to the Roadie 15, it is a good cooler, and it does include the basket, unlike the Roadie. But what I found is, since this basket is full size, it limits the height of things you can put in here. For example, if I take your standard water bottle and I throw that in there, the basket no longer sits in there flush. So it's one or the other, right? And you can't lay a water bottle down this way. It has to go lay down this way. It's probably one of the things that really upset me about the Pelican 14, if you're using that little basket to keep your goods dry. So let's get the Roadie back up here and take a look at what we can do here. So just for a comparison, so I can show you what I mean here, is I can stack the water bottles on this side, and it doesn't interfere with the basket at all. And I have a limited supply of canned drinks, so I'll do what I can here. You can fit about 2 water bottles in there before you run out of room, and you can't put one in there. I'm pretty sure I could easily fit 6 water bottles with the basket in, and if you remove the basket, you could easily put 5, probably 10 water bottles without the basket in there. The other thing to look at is, you know, a standard drink, like here's a Jack and Coke, right? You know me and Jack Daniels. You can stack those too high in there. So let me pull these water bottles out. You can see I'm too high there. I could do another 2 over here. And then I've just got some regular Coca-Cola and some ginger beer here, and you could set those in. And kind of the same thing here as with the water bottles. If I remove the basket, I can go about 4 across. I could probably fit one inside here if I had another on this side. So this is 8 cans here. You could put another 8 cans here, which would take you to 16, possibly 1 or 2 more. That's a lot. That's a good quantity for this cooler, because this is not a multi-day cooler, right? This is more of an everyday type road trip cooler. So, and I can easily fit these in with the basket. Easily fit in 4 there. And if I actually slid them down a bit here, I could slide more in the middle there. Unfortunately, I'm short a can, but here I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'd be able to fit 10 with the basket, which is very impressive as well for storage. Now, some people like energy drinks or like tall boys, right? So I've got a couple of these. I really like these when I'm going on road trips. And those will fit in there. You cannot stack another can on top of it. That's going to be about the max height. And if I try to put the basket on top of that, wow, surprisingly, the basket will fit. So you could put the taller cans in there. You could easily fit 4 underneath, and then put bottles of water or things like this. A little Minute Maid thing is, it's a little bit taller than a water bottle, and it fits easily in this cooler. And that is just, it's not something I could do with the Pelican, especially if I'm using a basket. And I like using this basket. This basket runs, I think it's $20. I'd order it from the Yeti website. I like having this because if I do use ice in this, it'll keep my things dry. Usually with a cooler like this, I'm running a freezer block. And that's what I'll be doing on my road trip, just so I don't have to deal with ice and refilling and draining water and all that stuff. I just put the freezer blocks in there and I'm usually good, especially if you don't open it often. But I hope this helps at least show you what the basket looks like and what you can fit in here, because let's just see what all I have here. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I've got some water bottles I can throw in there, and that's pretty decent storage. I might be able to fit this one in if I move a water bottle out of the way. There we go. All right, so I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 regular cans. I've got 2 tall boys in here, which takes me to 10. I got 3 bottles of water and 2 lemonades. That is plenty for a day out for you and your friends or your spouse. If you're not heavy beer drinkers, if you're heavy beer drinkers, I know this would probably just hold enough beer for one of my friends for an evening. But it's a great cooler. It's got lots of room. And the basket works really good. I mean, I really like how the basket fits in there better than it does in the Pelican here. So let's do a quick comparison here, looking at the Pelican, and I want to show you one of the things that really annoys me about this cooler, because it's 14 quart. A cooler like this, even though it's small, you should at least be able to put a stack of cans in it, right? If I put 1 can in there, and then I put a second can in, see how that is sticking up over? You can't even close it. I mean, it just won't close. So you're very limited in what you can do with this, especially if you're using the basket. That was probably my biggest gripe about this Pelican cooler. It does have decent capacity, but it is definitely just a one-person type day cooler, or one-person evening cooler, whatever you want. I mean, this cooler would be great for going fishing and stuff, but when it comes down to the Yeti 15, it's just designed a little bit more better. It's a little taller, right? It's designed to be able to stack your cans together. It's designed to where you can still use the basket if you're putting in a tall boy or a monster drink or something. There's just a lot of thought that I think went into this, and I really appreciate it. So definitely a cooler that I would recommend, and I'm looking forward to using it on my road trip starting tomorrow. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I try to get to those, and I'll try to put together videos if you guys have questions of things you want me to take a look at or try to test. I'm not big on doing ice tests. All right, there's way too many variables in that. You know, you kind of saw how this was loaded up. I could have fit some ice in there, it would have been fine. But actually what I do is pull a can or 2 out and put in a freezer block, and it works great for me. So go ahead and share this video with your friends. Like it if you like this video, and remember to subscribe so you can see more crazy things that I'm doing with this cooler and accessories and adventures in the outdoors and all that fun stuff. Thanks everybody for watching.